I'm going to show you how to find your child's district math assessment after they have taken it and to review their score. Because the child already submitted their math assessment to the teacher, it will now show up in the child's journal. They may have to scroll in order to find this activity. All of the math assessments will be titled with the chapter number, district assessment, and the date it was taken on. Now, once the child finds their math assessment, they will be able to review what they turned in to the teacher. These arrows will allow them to move to review their work. On page 10 of this math assessment is the rubric. I'm going to click the screen so it gets bigger for you to see. Now for this student, they received a score on the side that tells you why and what they might have missed or gotten incorrect. These are the three standards that were tested in this first assessment. In the middle section, consideration for scoring tells you what each question consisted of and what they were getting graded on for each question. Then this will tell you the question number as well as the overall score for that question. Now in the pencil is what the teacher has written for that student. So this is the overall score for this standard. This is the overall score for this standard as well as this one. Down here is the total for the entire test, and then you will see a 3, a 3, and a 3, which I will go over in a moment. So first, if you notice that anything is highlighted, that it might be because a student missed a question, answered it incorrectly, or missed a part of that question. So for example, I'm looking at question 6 on the test, and the student might have, so they were supposed to write number sentence, write the answer, and label the unit. Now these two are not highlighted because the student in this case would have done these two things, but they did not write a number sentence. So in that case, they would have received a 2 out of 3 for this question. Down here, they were getting graded on showing their work, writing their answer, and labeling their unit. So each one of these is worth 1 point, and they would have been marked down 1 point for not labeling their unit. So anything that's highlighted is something that the student answered incorrectly or they might have missed. Now on the side here again is the total for that standard. So 2, 1, and 4 is the total, added together is 7, and because they might have not done one of these, they might have gotten marked down 1. But again, look at those highlighted questions to see why they received that score. And then overall this is the overall score for the test, and we do standards-based grading, so they will receive a 1, 2, 3, or 4. In this case, the student received all 3s. I'm going to go over what standard-based grading looks like and explain those for you. So, a 1, if a student received a 1, they are working below standards. That means the student's academic performance is below grade level. They need more time, they need practice, and they need a lot of assistance in order to understand that standard. Now a 2 is where they're progressing towards the standards. They are working on partial mastery of that grade level standard, and they might be progressing, but they need some support. A 3 is where they are achieving standards and they're meeting grade level. So the student's work is consistently showing that they are on grade level with the standard. And then a 4 is where the students are working beyond the grade level standard, and they are demonstrating an extension of the standards, and they are showing us some high quality work. So these are how the students are graded. These are our scores that you will see on the assessment. So 1, 2, 3, or 4, and every standard might have a different grade or a different score next to it because they are receiving different scores for each standards, or in some cases they might be receiving the same score for all standards. It just depends on their overall test and what we are seeing in person. Also, we will be reviewing these tests with the class the day after the students take it, and the teacher will be going over all the questions and how to answer them and how the problems should have looked, so students can see what they might have missed or gotten incorrectly. Thank you so much.